Hey guys, it's Viridian, and I'm bringing yet another Viridian variety with the winner of Colorado's Drag Royale Season 3 FUPA. She's not here yet, so I'm going to go ahead, cover my brows, and when I come back, she and I are going to be here together. Let's go. Alright guys, I am back, like I said, eyebrows covered, and we have Super Duper FUPA Trooper.
Hi! Wait, you already started? You already did things?
I wanted it was like 5 seconds. I wanted continuity, so I said, "Fupa's not here yet. I need to block my brows."
Oh, you're out here trying to make it look like I was late. You shady bitch. Shady bitch. I'll have you know I was right on time.
Which is late in the professional world.
I'm done.
Right.
I'm done.
Cut the cameras. Cut the cameras.
Call the Uber!
Don't forget your drink.
I'm so excited to be here. I've never filmed myself doing makeup. I've only ever filmed myself doing sex acts. So
she is in the top 1% of OnlyFans, and just for fans if you want to check it out.
1% of purchasers, to be clear. 1% of gooners.
We skimmed through a lot of ideas of what we were going to do. Like, I talked about painting her. We talked about a blindfold challenge, which would have made it a little more alluring to viewers.
Yeah.
But we're just going to do a cute little get ready with...
And after all that, we landed on none of it. We're not going to do any of that.
No
Bitch, I'm excited. So I'm literally just doing a basic face. I have a gig today with Jessica Lahore.
The Jessica Lahore.
I'm super excited about it. I don't have to do any performances. I just have to be there in drag.
Pretty.
And yeah,
that sounds phenomenal.
It's my dream gig. So I'm just doing a basic face, and you're probably doing something crazy and outlandish to make me look like a fucking fool.
I am, because I'm not really getting in full drag like this, I made this little face chart, and I'm gonna go and create this little cat mug today. And it's like...
Get that.
What do we got? Is that Maybelline?
Get that. Well, I showed it before I knew what it was. Yeah, it's Maybelline. It's Maybelline. I don't even know the product.
And also, I'm over here
I'm holding it as if it's not the exact same tone as my skin.
So I love the Fit Me foundations, actually. Maybelline is actually like one of the cuntiest makeup brands.
Yeah, I started using this, I think it's 121. I started using this like 2 years ago, and my thing is, I don't really ever know if makeup is good or not. I just know when it works. And if it works, I'm not going to change it. I'm usually just buying whatever the newest Juvia's is.
And Juvia's works.
Yeah, it's so pigmented. And that's what I do my beard in. So I need solid, packed in color. So I literally have 3 Juvia's palettes on me at any given point in time. I'm on 4. 4 today. 4.
Also, I realized I wasn't showing what I'm using to paint my face. This is the MAC Paint Stick palette. This is a MAC Pro product. So I think for you Denver girls, you'd have to order this online. If you're in a larger city like LA or New York, you could probably go into a pro store and get this.
Larger? She just called all the Denver girls fat.
Shout out, no.
Shout out Raquelsi.
Shout out Raquelsi.
The big girl.
The big girl. Hey, I think you were absolutely robbed during the Olympics.
I would agree.
I think you could have really been the big girl representation that was needed in the city.
Literally.
That skinny bitch Roxanne did not deserve that.
Literally. Who the fuck is Roxanne anyway? I love that bitch. That was actually such a good finale.
It really was.
Ever since they did the Olympics in RealWorks, I just feel like every finale of every competition should be in RealWorks.
I agree. Literally, I wanted our finale to be in RealWorks, and I had this whole idea done because I work in the airlines, and it's a thing about ooh, I fly, I travel, and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. So I wanted to be an air stewardess, keep doing the B.O.B. Haley Williams. Can you believe that airplanes? And just go down with a cart and just start handing out snacks and beverages to people.
Yeah,
because, the RealWorks has that long thing.
Oh, yeah.
And then at one point I was going to be I don't want to see any more snakes on this goddamn plane. And I was going to pull out my snake from SFX Horror Week and struggle with it. Just because I was I don't actually want to perform, so I felt like it would have been really kitschy and funny to do.
I know. I was so sad for our finale. I don't want to give too many spoilers because at time of filming, episode 2 hasn't even been released.
No.
But I will say it's hard because sometimes you don't know Mostly because it's based on like ticket sales and also like events that get booked, but you never really know if things are going to be in real works or tracks or not. Like, so I have made the mistake too many goddamn times of thinking we were going to be in real works, planning to be in real works, and then I have to modify things to be in tracks when they're not like as impactful as they would have been in real works. So I've had a few people reach out to me, like either prior to auditioning or like who have auditioned and are trying to get on, who are like, what, like just looking for advice, like what do I do? Especially because the beauty of this competition is that a lot of the entertainers in it haven't performed on the track stage before.
No, it was my first time.
Yeah, which is so different than the club gig. It's so different because you have to plan out every single moment. You can't rely on like...
There's not going to be grabbing dollars.
Precisely.
You gotta have every moment planned out.
Yep, there's just so little of that. So the purpose of this thing is to like give people an insight into who you are in and out of drag. So I've been telling people like, fight.
Also... Fight. This is for social media. It is meant to go on YouTube. It is meant to be filmed. If they wanted cow, they would have asked you to audition for Olympics. It's a different ballpark. It's different expectations. Like I know our season, they emphasized they wanted our looks to be continental level. Did any of us really provide that? Not really.
Yes. Sorry, what? Yes? No.
Literally, we had months to prepare, and not a single fucking one of us prepared on time. All of us the week of, we're like, oh my god, I gotta get this costume done.
The gag is, I feel like once we got there, I realized that I had probably prepared the most out of everybody. And even then, it wasn't past it wasn't past like week 4. I will also say, for the record, let the record show, I was the last person cast. I did have the least amount of time to prepare, and I still had the most.
Yeah, you joining the cast almost made Liza blow in fucking aneurysm. Liza was literally about to fucking quit because it was unfair and like.
Bitch, there's more tea behind that I don't think I can share. And then I have questions for you.
Oh. Word.
So, my first question is, did you have alliances in the show? I watched the episode with Del, but I don't believe that you didn't ever have an alliance.
Yeah, I had an alliance with you, girl.
Yeah, because I feel like you...
I was like, where are we?
I felt like you...
You and Gucci.
Full tea. I feel... So me, Gucci, and Liza had an alliance pretty much the whole time. And then as we were going along, we were like, bitch, get Viridian in here right now.
And so, first off, I didn't realize Liza was a part of it until... Oh, fuck it. What week was it? But I remember I was filming confessionals, and I invited you and Gucci back there, and we're kikiing, and then Liza comes in, and then you guys kick me out. And then, and that was the exact moment I realized I'd been played for a fucking fool the whole time. And I sat there, and I said, oh... This is what the alliance was. I said they weren't keeping me here because I was a Judy. Because I know Liza, and anything with Liza is not under good intentions. That is a mean-spirited, hateful woman, and it shows in her face. And so
You better get her.
And so I knew in that moment, I was just like, oh, I got played.
The gag is, I love Liza because I love a nasty bitch. Like, she is so... Like, she's so nasty.
When y'all kicked me out, I realized I wasn't actually ever truly a part of the alliance, and I was just there because I was doing bad. Like, girl, okay. And then the next week after, you're like, hey, I love you. I need you to know if I win this week, I'm saving you. And I was begging the girls to go home. I wanted to go home.
This is not... I'm afraid to spoil too much because I feel like this will probably come out before...
See, but none of this was shown on TV, so like it was like they're not going to know which weeks or
That's
anything.
That's true. I will say, we were at a point in the competition. I went into it strategy. I really did. I was like, this is Survivor. We are here to play a game. There are winners and losers. We will all kiki. We will go to Olive Garden later, bitch. But right now, I'm playing a fucking game.
Me trying to plan the Outback Steakhouse with everybody.
Oh, yeah, literally. But we did get to that specific week, and I was like, girl, this is probably not going to look good for my character. this is probably not going to reflect on me, like, well as a person, but the tea is, I get you want to leave. But in order to make it to that finale, I might just have to keep you around. I might just have to keep you, like.
And I was like, no, please, no. Like, it was.
You were begging for your life. Actually, you were begging for your death, is what you were really doing.
Oh my goodness.
And I was not letting you go. I was like, bitch, no, you will be here next year. And you know what? If you do a bad job, honestly, that's what I'm counting on. Don't even put any effort into next week, okay, bitch? Because I'm trying to make it to the finale. I just had a great experience in the Royale, to be honest with you, and that has nothing to do with how the placements ended up. Like, I think I got to week 4, and I just felt like this was a cool project that I was putting together with my friends. And my perception of it really was just like, we are immortalizing this time in our life.
Right.
You know, we could be 50 years old and look back on this and look fondly and look at how much we've grown. And I just love local drag. I love the spirit of local drag. So I was really, I was just into it. I was into the whole experience.
I remember I was like watching a live, and like somebody in Olympics Ultimate was just like, people don't go on these things to make friends. And then I was just sitting there in the live like, that's exactly what I did. I literally like, I think like week 1 I was like, I don't think I'm gonna win, but I'm here to have a good time. Like,
yeah. I mean, that's the right mindset, though, to be honest.
And
like,
then I had like a shortcoming, you know, through halfway through the season. I feel like after Horror Week, I kind of recovered, and then I was like just fucking with everybody again.
You were going through it. I remember when there were times when the cameras were cut and we were backstage, and I was like, girl,
are you good?
Viridian is crashing out right now. Like, she is not doing well.
And I was not. Literally, people were like quietly checking on me behind the scenes. Like, Minerva would be going up to people like Tori and be like, is she good? Like,
literally, I mean, do we have a suicide watch? Like,
girl, we did.
I was worried about you for a minute, and it's all because of that bitch JC.
Oh my god, JC was like the only girl I actually fought the whole season, and she wasn't even on the season. What was it even about that I fought her over?
Bitch, oh, I remember, because she did to you what she did to everybody. I think it just impacted you more because of your relationship with her. She came up to almost everybody after like week 1 or 2.
Oh, and she lied about placement.
Yes, and she was like, hope you know the words.
Oh, no, she literally said, hey, I saw this. So JC came up to me and she said, hey, I saw the placement sheet. You're in the bottom 2 this week. I would go learn the lip sync. And I was in the top 3 the whole time. And so I'm over here spiraling, being like, wow, I think the best number I've given on this stage wasn't fucking good enough. There's nothing I do. And so, like, by the time we finished, I don't even think irate is a good word for it. Like, it was beyond that. Like, I actually confronted her in person in text.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, literally, and I'm such a neutral state. So for me to be on the prowl, like being on the offensive, because like usually I'm neutral or defensive.
Yeah.
So for me to be like going out of my way to be like, where is this bitch? Like, I was looking for her. Like,
yeah. I don't know if I ever told you this, but I did get into it with her on your behalf at one point.
Oh no.
Because listen, if you know JC, you know that JC loves to pull a trick. She loves a trick. She loves a gag, a lie. She loves it. She is the historian of Denver drag drama.
She literally keeps receipts.
Yeah.
She has Google Doc folders.
Oh yeah. No, it's like she came up to me and she was like, girl, I hope you know the words. And I turned to her and I was like, you have to stop doing that. You have to stop doing that. You have to stop gaslighting the girls. I got on her hard.
Well, because
you were also crashing out backstage.
JC is like literally my drag sister, so like I had no reason not to believe her.
Yeah.
So I was just like, damn, I'm really in the fucking bottom this week. Whole time she's just lying through her fucking teeth, and I was like, I'm gonna grab you by your fucking turf bangs, bitch. Like, I was so
bitch.
I like got into it in the group chat, like to the point people came up and like, I heard what you said in the group chat.
Girl,
like
I was removed from the group chat. Well, I wasn't removed. I had left the group chat at that point, and I still heard. I heard all the tea.
I said, I think you do this as some sort of projection. I think you're insecure. Like I was like, not like only reading, but I was like literally like there's a step above reading.
It's called insulting.
I was going too in, it was a little unnecessary, but
but you know what? As much as I love JC, sometimes that bitch needs to be checked.
I also had a moment with Vagina off camera.
Ooh, okay. I don't know if I've heard about
which
this.
I'm actually incredibly thankful for this moment. So like. There are a few girls I used to call every week and just chit chat with. Vagina was one of them. Judy and I talked all the time. My Judy. I was crashing out. I think it was SFX Horror Week because I was going to Spirit Halloween and I was like, I think I'm gonna quit. Like I don't want to do this anymore. And she was basically cussing me out. And she goes, "Hey, I just got sent home last week, and you're talking to the girl who just got sent home last week, talking about I'm gonna quit. This is completely unfair to me, and you're being a brat and da 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 da." And I just sat in silence for a second, and I said, "You're right, Vagina. Thank you for that. Like, thank you. I really appreciate you telling me that, you know." And so like, and I already respected Vagina, but like my respect grew for her 10 times more because like I love a bitch who isn't afraid to put you in your place when you're acting a brat, and I was acting a brat. So
that's my girl. The thing about Vagina that I love is she's so uninhibited, like in drag and also just in life. Like she is totally uninhibited by how people feel about things. She's gonna say what she's gonna say. She's gonna say how she feels, and she's gonna say it to that person.
I think a lot of times she just isn't concise with what she means, and so like a lot of people take it the wrong way. This episode that's airing right now.
Judy, we're not good.
Judy, we're not good.
We're not good. Ooh, I love it. The thing is, I don't think people understand how funny it is because when I heard it, I thought it was a play on the term "good Judy." I really thought she was being witty, and she was like, "Judy, we're not good. We're not good." Good. I really was stirring that pot. This was the moment of the episode where I was like, "Girl, I am stirring the pot so fiercely," and Viridian is over here bringing families together. She is like.
Hey, what's so funny is, first off, I'm towering over everybody. I have the gigantic green cover up over me, so I look like a priestess almost, and I'm over here like what I think she means. And I think at one point I said, "All right, everybody, say love." Like I genuinely think I said that. I don't know if it made the edit, but I vaguely remember being like, "All right, everybody, stand up and let's say we love each other. Let's hug it out." Like I think I did that. Like.
I will say I had many a chat with Judy behind the scenes, and she don't believe anything that bitch says. I need to direct it up here. Okay. Don't believe that bitch. If you think that bitch is nice, she's not. She is shady as fuck. And there were so many times where she would come up to me and like we would talk shit and I would be like, "Girl, you need to say this on camera." When the cameras start rolling, you need to pipe the fuck up. Girl, the reunion was crazy, actually.
I didn't have enough time to speak my fucking mind because whoever was fighting before me, because I wanted to call out Captain for week 1 with telling me that I was wearing a Spirit Halloween clown costume that I hand sewed, only for me to sit right next to him with him wearing a fucking Spirit Halloween clown costume. Or Minerva telling me my boots don't match dance week, and then she wore the exact same type of boots the next week with an outfit that definitely didn't match. Like, the judges would critique me on shit and then do the exact same thing as me the following weeks.
No, that was the tea. I mean, that you're gonna see my week 5 crash out, which is exactly that. I was like, who are any of these people to be judging me? Going back, okay, so you've just gotten the packet. Mm-hmm. What are the week or weeks that you're the most excited about?
So I was the most excited for roast week because I had just recently did a roast and I won it. So I was like, okay, and I'm mean spirited. So I was like, I got this in the bag. And then the other week was just SFX Horror Week because I was like, well, you know, I'm the makeup artist of the group. Like, people are going to expect a little bit more out of me, so I really want to make sure I deliver on that.
Yeah, I was worried about you that week too.
Because I was like, you know, I'm like, out of drag, I'm a pretty vampiric person. And then it's so funny because my drag doesn't reflect that. So I was like, maybe I would have more fun. Because, like, everybody in my life is like, you're an alt girl. Why don't you do alt drag?
Period. The first time I met you, you were looking fucking cool. You actually looked really hot the first time I met you.
What was that?
Okay, it was at Tracks. You had like, you were out of drag. You were like partially in drag. So like you got done up, but you weren't in drag.
Okay.
You had like this finger wave.
Did I have
curls?
Like, oh yeah.
Yeah.
Insert it right here. Like I was in boy mug.
Yes. And you were so tall. I was like, holy shit.
Because if I don't have a mullet, I have finger waves. I don't know. I feel like I have more individual style out of drag than I do in drag, which is kind of funny.
I have the opposite problem. I'm jealous, actually. I wish I had more out of drag style, but if you know me, you know that I'm literally always wearing overalls and a bandana. And usually a big pair of glasses.
My drag house makes fun of me for this. I am such a huge person of you need to take care of the person outside of drag. And I've like beat this dead horse for so long and everybody stays making fun of me about it in my life. But I'm watching all my friends get sick, this, that, the third, going through depression, going through all these things. And right now I'm in a really good spot because I recognized, hey, I'm not doing great. I need to slow down and focus on Dusty, not Viridian.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't do that because they want to keep up with the Joneses and they want to like impress other people. And then I thought about it. I said a lot of these drag queens are literally just glamorized poppers in a wig. They're poor, they're beggars, they're unemployed, they don't have health care, they don't have a 401k. I'm employed. Why am I trying to keep up with bitches that like can't do what I do, that can't survive in the real world?
That's fair.
No shade.
No, I'm that bitch who does not take care of myself out of drag. Like the message you're speaking is directed at me.
A little.
Yeah. No, so, I mean, I'm lucky enough that I have a day job that is like sustainable and is like good. Like it pays me really well. It's not particularly strenuous. Like I get benefits. I got a 401k. I work in finance, so like it feels like a good like finance. It feels like a good like big girl job, you know? Like I feel like I have my ducks in a row professionally. Like my professional life is in order and I feel like my drag life is generally speaking in order. But it's like my personal life that is just such a fucking mess.
And the thing is you're never going to master all three.
Oh, I know.
So you need to recognize at what point what you need to give more attention to. People who want to get into drag, people who want to do all these things, find big drag events. Yep. Go to shows. Support other drag queens.
Yep. It really, I mean, and honestly, like, I'm not promoted by them or anything, but we're, I guess sponsored is the word, but Trax is the place.
Yes,
it is the place to go. Like
because every bar has its own type of queen and its own roster. Like Charlie's, you expect a Stax girl. X Bar, you can also expect a Stax girl. And if you in like
Sweet, you can expect a fat bitch. And I'm talking about Star.
I was just about to say that's just Star. That's just vanity. That's just vanity, actually.
Wild. No shade to Denver, but I feel like they don't have as much reverence for the old school queens, the old school divas. Like, I've been fortunate enough that, like, Star Kirkland kind of picked me up off the street pretty quickly. So I got in with her and like
Star so fucking bad.
Yeah. And so I was like, I had access to more people. Like, even, and I'm not saying like, you know, we were hanging out every week, but like I knew pretty quickly who Jasmine James was before, you know, like anyone in the Breakfast Club, you know, like I knew
like an Andrea or
yeah, like I didn't know as many of the younger people as much as I did, you know, like Brandy, you know, all of these people who
and that's what I love about Sweet so much is for Sweet I can go there like Chardonnay. I can go there and see good old-fashioned drag and see like a Pink number, a Cher number, and not just like a cow.
There's not as much reverence for older, like just classic drag, But to be fair, I do think something that separates Denver from other scenes is that it is like the psychedelic, outlandish place. And I think that's just because of the culture of Denver. Like, not only because it was the first state to legalize marijuana, but also like people here are doing some fierce psychedelics.
Yep.
I will say, you know, I talk a lot of shit about Minerva because she's so delusional. That bitch is like, she is the most reckless, self-promoting, delusional bitch I've ever met in my life. It is simultaneously the thing I can't stand the most about her and the thing I love the most about her, because she is in her own world. But I will say she more than anyone, I feel like, is trying to get better. Like, she is always in a state of trying to, like, be better in her drag, in her life, as a person. Like, and she does have, like, a heart of gold. No matter what anyone says, she does have a heart of gold. Does she lie and fib and exaggerate? Yes.
Yes. My favorite thing is there was one time after my little hiatus and I said I was going to come and join somebody and they were like, hey, I'm just warning you, Minerva's going to be there. And I was like, hey guys, I need y'all to know when I make fun of Minerva, I'm fully kidding. Like, I love the bitch. Like, it's just, she's like one of the few girls out here that can take a punch and roll with the jokes. And so I feel like I'm gonna do it because it's fun. Like, she knows I'm not serious about it, but like,
I give that same disclaimer, not to you, to Liza. Anytime Minerva's gonna be there and I know Liza's gonna be there, I text Liza and I try to give her a heads up. They still are not talking.
They're probably not going to talk again. Literally, they were on live talking about how that Rare deleted the finale of season 2, and I was like, you better watch out for Liza. She's trying to lead the entirety of season 3.
Bitch, for real. If that bitch knew how to send an email, she could probably delete it, but she can't. She don't know nothing, bitch. Anytime I've ever needed music from Liza, it comes from Holly. She has Holly send it in, because that bitch don't know nothing about no tech. Anyone who's ever ridden in the car with me, I'm so sorry. It's been Indica. A lot. Oh, speaking of which, at time of filming, Indica has won Ultimate Drag Competition. Bitch, the House of Stone continues its reign. If Indica walked into the room for Royale, we'd have been fucked. I won't
lie, and like, not to pat your back too much, I genuinely felt that way when you walked in.
Really?
Because you were invited. You did an audition.
That's true.
And so I said, okay, she wants to be here. She does. And so Minerva personally invited her because your drag wasn't understood in Olympics the way it would be understood in Royale. So I was already, that gives you, Minerva wants to see you do well. Yeah. So I was like, already that gives you. And I'm not going to lie, I was feeling pretty confident as of week 1 because I was like, my whole house is doing this. And I think Minerva likes me. I think also, I truly... Which, somebody did say this to me. I did get, you're only here still because you're the social media girl and you're going to be the only one. Who said that? It was fucking, it was... and...
I feel like I tried to do right by everyone. Like, I don't want to have personal beef or drama with anybody, but I will say every time there is a major issue or a major, like, shit-talking moment in the scene, there's always at least 3 or 4 people who pipe up and are like, why are we tearing each other down in times like this? And I'm like, because how boring.
Oh.
Hi, Jude.
Hey.
How did the viewing party go last night?
It was pretty good.
Oh, okay, great. Well, I'll see you later.
Hey, no, come over after.
No, I have a gig at X Bar. Come see me.
Wait, actually, I might. Do I have the car? No. Oh, I
can't. Well, bye.
Jude, everybody.
Jude is the father. I love Jude. I love that anytime Roxanne is out in drag, Jude is just the golden retriever following that bitch around, making sure that she don't need nothing.
No, I need me a type of love like that. Like
The thing is, so recently I've kind of been in like my relationship era where I'm like, I just don't want to hook up anymore. Like I just want something
are you going
stable.
On dates?
No, because I've realized that I actually don't want a relationship. I want an assistant. I need someone to come to the gigs and carry my things and help me out.
Did I tell you I went on my first date since moving out here to Colorado and back the other month?
And?
Not great. So, they were an introverted person, and I'm an extroverted person, and so we went to Chili's because we were supposed to...
Of course, as you do.
And over text, I'm such a picky person, because it's just like, I've traditionally trained oil painter, I was a professional makeup artist, I did...
You don't say.
Right. I did logistics for Tesla for 2 years, so it's just kind of like, not to like pat myself on the back too much. I feel like I'm a very interesting person with a very varied life and smart, funny, So I'm like, I kind of want somebody that isn't just like normal, but also isn't too like left field that like, I'm like, oh, you're spun right now. I don't do Tina, I do Tina Turner, you know? And so we go like texting, it's all great. He reads, we have very, that's another thing is I have very niche interests. So it's like weird sometimes to find people that have the same niche interest.
Yeah.
And so we were like geeking, and so we go to Chili's, and because he's so introverted, he's quiet the whole time. And it's me talking for like 2 hours. We get drinks, and there hits a point, especially with drag, you know, if they're interested in your drag and you start talking it, where when you're talking about stuff like that, you feel more like an oddity than you do as a respected equal.
That was the problem with my last little thing that I had going on. I had been so I was hooking up with this guy. We actually only hooked up once, but after we hooked up, I was like, oh no, this can definitely be
More.
Not more, just more frequent. Like I'm not trying to date this guy, but like, yeah, you could come over weekly, because I love bears, and the bears here all go to Sweet, and I don't want to fuck anyone who goes to Sweet.
Real.
Straight up. So, yeah, he was, like, great in all those ways, but then he followed me on Instagram.
Oh.
I know, and he would start, it was actually, so Royale happened, and he would message me on my, like, story shares, being like, love this look, want to fuck tonight? And I was like, okay, it's ruined. It's ruined! It's ruined forever.
Yeah, no.
Like,
chopped immediately.
Yeah. Dating in Denver is just weird. Like,
It's hard.
It's so hard.
That's why every comedian talks about Denver being the worst city to date in. They're not lying. It is.
It's awful.
It is. And the thing is because people who come here either come here because they're a boring, consummate professional, or they're escaping something. And most of the time when they come here, they don't have the emotional depth or intelligence to figure out what they're escaping or how to fix it. So it's just them moving here being like, I need to be closer to the mountains. No mentally sane and well person has wanted to be closer to the mountains to be closer to the mountains.
You're at me so hard right now. What are you most nervous about coming out?
I'm genuinely very nervous that the people that I was really close to in the competition, that the confessionals are going to be very mean-spirited about me.
Really? Okay, who?
Specifically you, Gucci, and Judy. Which Judy has already warned me, so I kind of...
I mean, I'm trying to remember what I said in confessionals, but I'll be honest. As soon as we cut on the... like, on the performances, I was smoking the house down. Oh my god, I put so much weed in my system, I don't even remember what I said.
I'm more so just worried that, like the alliance and stuff I'm going to find, it's going to be, like, people being like, yeah, I kept her here this week because I know that she's going to do bad and I want to get to the finale, and then I spent, like, all the time thinking...
Oh, yeah.
Like, oh... they kept me because we're genuine friends and good, and I did it.
Well, the gag is, I did feel that way, but in my defense, I did tell you that was my motivation in real time. That's the thing. I do consider myself a shady person, but I will also be upfront about it.
Like, I think, like, you saved me roast week, And I'm not going to lie, I don't think I would have even been in the bottom if my microphone was closer to my face. I had a good set that week.
Who else was in the... I'm trying to remember back to roast week.
It was Dell and Gucci in the bottom, I believe.
Well, no, because...
Gucci used her immunity potion, so then it bumped somebody else down to the bottom. I think it was Dell and Mario.
It was Dell and Mario. It was Dell and Mario, and I do remember that part of my decision was that this probably doesn't look great for me, but I thought Mario was pretty strong competition going into the finale, and I needed him to go. Straight up. I mean, listen, it's a competition. Like, play strategically, play to win. And I was playing to win.
See, I genuinely thought I wouldn't have been in the bottom roast week if I had my microphone closer to my face. Because people were laughing at my jokes.
Yeah.
But you win some, you lose some. And some people lose more than they win. So around like week 3, I started the production has bad intentions narrative.
Yeah, we'll flip the script, bitch.
Because I was like going through it and I was like high key, because production is mostly my drag family and I was mad at them. Can we also talk about how much of the online social media drama started on because of me?
How so?
Because a lot of the social media drama started because I started the "What are your thoughts, feelings, and opinions on this week, guys?" and I'd repost everything.
That's right.
I would repost like Olympia, for example. Like week 2, some of the drama was it week 2 or week 3?
It was week 2. Dancers.
Where I go, well, your background dancer was saying this online about this, so what were you saying about this girl?
I love it. I love the social media component of it. It wasn't something that I participated in a lot because I was sitting at the sewing machine freaking out. But I loved the social media component. I just felt like it added a level of drama, yeah.
So joining production.
Sorry, this is okay, really quickly, because I do have to spray my face. This is my number 1 makeup hack as the makeup girl of Denver. This is the hack. Canned air, bitch. Canned air. Have you ever used it?
Electronics compressed gas duster, dust and lint remover, dust off.
Yep. Good as gold, baby.
I'm scared.
Spray.
I don't like that. What do you need it for?
Because I do my eyes last, and so if I ever have like fall off or whatever.
Why don't you just bake?
What do you mean?
Like, why don't you just put powder under the eyes?
Oh, I don't know nothing about no powder under the eyes, but this will just get any excess off. It'll dry things out. I love it.
Since we're going on hacks and things that like are really weird to use, sometimes if I really want my makeup off quickly, I use Dawn dish detergent.
Oh, yes, Dawn dish soap. And you know what? Not only Dawn dish soap, you gotta get the shit in the spray bottle that comes out sudsy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
That, because I will put, like, especially, it doesn't really matter too much when I have, like, a black beard, but when I do, like, a purple beard or a blue beard or whatever, I will be stained for days if I don't get that good old Dawn dish soap and scrub that bitch.
Yes. Also, for staining, shaving cream. And just leave it on your face for about 35-45 minutes. It will pull up all the stains.
I haven't heard of that, but that does track because I remember doing Straight Up Clownery. And after we did the... rest in peace, first of all, to Straight Up Clownery. Maybe it'll come back. But when I did Straight Up Clownery, we do pies in the face at the end. And the shaving cream took everything off in the Trax bathroom.
Vagina sent me something really heartfelt not too long ago. For my birthday, I went back home. I'm from southern Mississippi, the Gulf Coast. And I went back to New Orleans for my birthday because I haven't been back since I was 18 and just wanted to be back in familiar territory. And so I went to New Orleans, and the girls there, first off, the girls there learned that I was a drag queen. Lexus Red DeVille was hosting that night, and she won EOY for New Orleans. And Miss Ivy Drip, our current reigning Miss Gay America, was also there. And so I was talking to my straight friend who doesn't do drag whatsoever, and they would say Entertainer of the Year, but I was saying EOY. And so I was telling her how important EOY was, and they overheard me talking, and they came up to me and they said, "What's your name?" And I go, "Oh, it's Dusty." And they go, "Your drag name." And I go, "Oh, Clock." And so I said, "Viridian." I said, "How do you guys know?" And they said, "You said EOY.
Yeah.
That was a giveaway." And I said, "Well, yes." And so then we're chit-chatting outside for a little bit, and Rosalind Aphrodite, first off, cunty girl, she goes, "We're going to go to this bar. Come join us." And so then I go up to the next bar and just chit-chat with them for like an hour. And it was just such like a eye-opening experience for me, because in like, the thing is, and I've talked about it in Royale, I've talked about it multiple times, there's camaraderie, there's community in the South with queer people that just is not here in Denver.
Yeah.
And so, and it just further reminded me about it, because just based off of knowing me for all of 10 minutes, these girls invited me to the next club and made me a part of their family for the night.
Yeah.
And that was just something that felt really special for me. And then I was just like, I wish there was more of that energy here in Denver. So I was talking to Vagina about it, and then Vagina sent, for my birthday, she said, "When I met you for the first time, I was really getting into drag, and you were one of the only people who really just talked to me. I'm pretty sure the first night we met was also the first time you offered to help me with my makeup too. I think Denver struggles with community a lot, and I'm so sorry to feel that you're still looking for your place here too. Just know that change you wants to see starts with you. Keep growing that seed of community, and I think it'll bloom." And I just thought that was like really fucking sweet.
Yeah.
And it touched me. Because I do try to be that girl, so it was nice that, you know, it's recognized, seen, and appreciated.
Yeah.
No shade. A lot of these girls aren't artists. They're cosplayers. They're costume wearers. You don't make your outfits. You don't do your makeup that well. You don't make your wigs. You barely dance. You're not an artist.
Let me tell you. Let me say something on that. This is my biggest advice to people who are starting drag. If you want to do drag, you are becoming a skilled tradesperson. You need a skill. You know what I mean? Like it can be anything. It can be makeup. It can be wigs. It can be costumes. It could be dancing.
Hell, social media.
Like absolutely. Like, but you need a skill. My least favorite kind of drag, and to me, it's so obvious when I see it. It's so obvious when you, as a person, have not contributed much to what's going on with you at the moment. You know, when the costume is bought, when you paid someone to rhinestone it. Like, you don't have to do the works. You don't have to do every single thing. You know, there are some people that do, and that's great for them. But do something. Have at least one piece of drag, one element of drag that you gravitate towards, and focus on that and be the best at that. There's a lot of bitches who don't make their own costumes, don't do their own wigs, and their makeup is fine, and even then sometimes I'm not sure they're doing it themselves, but I'll tell you what, they will go out there and they will dance the house down. And in that case, I'm like, work. All I'm saying is have a skilled trade. Get into something. And even if you're not like particularly you don't gravitate towards anything, but you know you want to do drag, pick something up and just force yourself to get more comfortable with it. Because also, something that I have recently learned is that if I want to make drag my life, like my source of income, my job, essentially, there really are two ways to do it. And it's start getting into skilled trades and selling things to other drag entertainers, or get on the race.
Yeah.
I mean, that's it. Because I have been working my ass off doing gig after gig after gig after gig after gig. And the truth is, even on months where I have had incredible, like my craziest payouts, it still wouldn't be enough for me to live off of.
Yeah.
Oh, bitch, we're about to get into the portion of my makeup that I think you might hate.
Ooh, okay.
I'm a finger painter.
Love, okay.
Okay, you like that? Okay, work. Okay.
Well, so like when I was a professional makeup artist and I would do makeup on clients, I used my fingers a lot because the oils and the warmth help to really rub and melt this product into the skin. So like, when do you start like using your fingers?
So I like to outline it and then like really start packing in the color. I usually will start using my fingers on my beard. I didn't today because black usually sits better than most like colorful things, but if I'm doing a purple or a green or a pink or whatever, like I don't get the coverage that I need from a brush, so I will take my fingers, I will dip it in, smudge it around, and then start using it there. But I will start using it on my eyes as soon as I finish like outlining where I need the color to go.
Especially for you that does very graphic makeup.
Yeah.
When you're thinking about graphic, you want to think about color. So like a big thing in like the art world and painting is a big study that we do in oil paints when you're doing like Alma Prima is you grab like the biggest brush you possibly can and you paint only using that big brush to try to create as much detail. And what it teaches you is to focus on color rather than detail. And that works a lot with drag too, and drag makeup, because you're looking for the stage. So you're painting. When you're a drag queen, you're painting. So you want to focus on color more than detail. So, because that color is what's going to get the detail. So you see here, right now, the depth that is created is a harsh white and a harsh black. From far away with the greens, it looks a little bit more blended.
Yeah.
It adds depth because I'm focusing more so on the color than I am the detail.
Yeah. That makes sense. Okay. Work. Thank you for the tip. And now, see this fall off here? This is my tip. Now you have this fall off here. Get you your spray, your candor, and bitch, blow that shit right out of there. Goodbye. Goodbye.
It's just so terrifying.
I love it.
My biggest regret is I didn't wear titties.
Ooh, interesting.
Because I was looking at a lot of these photos and I look like a BMW body made wrong because the proportions were so off.
Yeah.
Because like I wouldn't cinch all the way because I gained so much weight by the time Royale aired that none of my corsets really fit me properly. I had smaller pads than I thought than I did, and I wasn't wearing titties, so I'd have a flat chest, so I just looked boxy. And so had I got warm tits more often, I would have had a more figurely figure, and I think it would have been more. But that's like the great thing also that I'm enjoying about watching myself on TV is I'm learning a lot about my silhouette and my drag. That because like no shade with drag, for the most part you get put around yes men or people who are only going to talk about you on Twitter, so you truly can't grow.
Do you enjoy watching yourself on camera?
A little, yes. I will say, because it's a little different from YouTube. Even though it is on YouTube. Yeah. It's a little different because this here, what I'm about to put online, people are coming specifically for me.
Yeah.
People are wanting to watch it. Well, right now they might be coming for you or Dell or whoever I have on the show.
Probably me, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. It'll probably be different now because I'm such a star and celebrity.
Yeah. And which I really want to thank you for this opportunity. For those who don't know, I was a Make-A-Wish-It kid. Her representative is actually outside. She's staring at me because there are a few things I'm not allowed to talk about.
Yeah. No, and what you don't know is that she didn't wish to do this video with me. She actually gave me her Make-A-Wish in exchange for me doing the video with her. So what I'm trying to say is that I will be going to Disneyland in
I will be swimming weeks. With the dolphin.
Yeah. No, bitch, that's it is crazy because I feel like you do have more control. Yeah, over
you don't. I know
everything.
I know everything, and I can edit a YouTube video. This one, like, I felt my stomach drop a little bit when last episode was premiering and I was watching the live comments because then I found myself actually wanting to know what people had to say about me.
Ooh,
you know?
Yeah.
Because, like, on something so vulnerable like the Royale, you're putting your heart and soul into it. And also, this is the first time I've ever competed in anything. So I've never really had a competitive spirit or anything like that, and I didn't know how I would react, which plot twist didn't react well, guys. But the thing is, that's why I want to go back to All Stars, because now I know what to expect.
Yeah.
And I know what I'm getting into the second time around, and I just kind of want to, I feel like I need to redeem myself. Do you like watching yourself? Is it like something that...
So, yes. Yes. There are so many. The long answer is no. I hate it. Every time I'm on camera, I think I look ugly. I think I sound disgusting, and I hate it. And the short answer is I'm forcing myself to like it because I have to.
Right.
You know, like I have to. And also I'm in this era of myself for the past couple of years. I've really tried to be like, you are who the fuck you are. And like, the more I realize that everybody else hates seeing themselves on camera, the more I realize that my perception of myself is never going to be accurate.
Yeah.
You know? And so that's why I'm like, I'm going to stand 10 toes down on anything I do or say. The track stage is a different beast.
You can see everybody, which a lot of times in like open places, you can't see people because there's a bright light shining on you. But you have the high ground, so you can truly see people. And also, it's a rough crowd, too. Because half the people that are there aren't there for drag.
Nope.
So they don't want to live. And so it's really hard to stay in the moment sometimes when you look down into the crowd and you can see no one's living for you.
Yep.
And so like the biggest piece of advice I have is you find the person who is living for you in the crowd and you dedicate and you focus that number on them. Like my monster lip sync, I found Camille who was living for me, and half of my lip sync I just sat there and I directly gave her that energy.
Period.
And Minerva was trying to say I didn't do enough, but here's the thing about drag is connecting with people and creating community. Low key, if I can't dance, one of the best things to do is to find that person living for you and give them that moment.
Wild. The Royale is so crazy. Like, it's so stressful, but like looking back on it now, I truly don't have any other impression of my time except for like, we created a project. Like
So
a
special.
group of friends got together to create a project that set this exact point in time in our lives in stone. Forever. We will forever have this on film.
And I also think when you're like, now I have nothing bad to say, what I like about that is that's also kind of like, I was talking to Gucci about it. I said, during the competition, I was probably the girl that had the least nice things to say about the Royale.
Yeah.
And now I'm like one of the only girls that has something nice to say about it.
Yeah. I mean, I went toe-to-toe with Minerva more than 1 week. There was more than one instance where I went toe-to-toe with that bitch because of how unhappy I was with how things were going and what you know, her, whatever.
Explain your process of applying the white. Like, what is your intention?
So I just love a graphic paint, and I feel like the white takes the makeup from being flat to being three-dimensional, and it brings certain things forward. I love putting white in the corners of my eyes, which is something a lot of drag entertainers do. I didn't invent it or anything like that, but I feel like it pulls the face.
Focus.
Yeah.
It helps.
Here. I love, I just think it also brightens everything up, especially because of how much I have on my face. Like, it's so, like, obviously my beard is so dark. I pack the color into my eyes. So I feel like it makes it look brighter and sparklier. I stole this from Helena Poison.
Okay.
But she does these little like shimmers. She does these little crosses. And when I saw her, I thought it was so cunt that I've since become obsessed with it.
When you first started doing drag, like, who were some of your like inspirations you were pulling on with makeup references?
Clowns.
Clowns, for real?
Yeah, for real. See, I just feel like this... It's like reversed in the camera. This is so boring compared to this.
I agree with you.
It's like, it's such a small thing. Like, white liner is so small, but it makes
A huge difference.
all the difference. It
Yep.
just makes it so much more interesting to look at. I love white eyeliner, man. Okay, this is my favorite part. This and lashes. This is the moment I feel like a cunty drag queen. Ready? Ready? Dot. And then swoop.
Ooh.
I hyped it up so much just for it to be dead.
Just
like,
for her to be
silence. You can't tell me nothing.
She's mother now.
Oh, you can't tell me nothing when I got this white liner on my lips. Oh, girl, you can't say shit. I also think I like to add a little jelly stone in the center of the sparkles just to give it a little extra. Those are also in my car, so I'm going to throw some of those on. I think stones on the face is so kind.
So, my final step is I'm going to first go on to this One Size Until Dawn setting spray just to kind of help melt everything. I'm like just about out of it because I ran out of setting spray, but...
Ooh, I also need to set. I just realized I have not.
Once that's on, I'm going on, guys, now with the Eva NYC. This is the Queen Silver Glitter Spray. Like, it's just like a nice little...
Ooh, that is cute.
I did it in Royale a lot. And I'll just go...
Oh, that's so pretty.
Right, it just adds a little...
Oh, I love that.
And so, if, like, social media, it doesn't really work because it doesn't capture on camera.
It's sparkling, though.
But in person... This just takes your mug up to a new level. And, like, especially now imagining, like, the club lights and stuff.
Yeah.
And it also helps hide, because the glitter helps to hide imperfections throughout the night. So we're pretty much done with all our makeup, so we're going to do our little touches and get in our good old-fashioned ha-hor drag, and we're going to come right back to you.
Ow! Get into it.
Now that we are fully in guiche, fully in mug, I want to ask, this is the winner of Season 3 of Colorado Drag Royale.
Spoiler alert!
Spoiler alert. And so I just want to know, how has your life changed since winning? What are any differences? Have you gotten your drag packages?
You're a shady bitch for that. It's been amazing. Honestly, like, getting some notoriety has led to me being able to, like, be... just like booked and busy, and like people want to work with me. I will say the other nice thing is that, say what you want about Minerva, but truth be told, so many opportunities have come my way because of her connections with somebody, or because she wasn't able to do something and I was the bitch she recommended. So like, I've got some of my favorite gigs that I've ever gotten to do because of the Royale.
You did your first Drag Nation.
I did my first Drag Nation! Yes! It was so fun, and hopefully not my last Drag Nation.
No.
I'm really excited to do other things. Like, I think more than anything, it just gave me, like, some footing in the scene. I felt like I had a pretty good idea of the scene beforehand, but, like, after winning, I felt like I was here. I showed the fuck up, and yeah, I'm happy to have, like, a legacy. Even if it's a small one.
Thank you guys for coming to the end of this video. I really do appreciate it. I'm very happy that I get to have a lot of these girls come. What was that?
I was just touching up, you know?
I'm really excited to have a lot of these girls come and kiki onto the show, show off the new drag. Because clearly... it's been 6 months in between the Royale filming and the Royale airing.
Yes.
And look at us. There's already a lot of changes.
Yes.
Drag is constantly evolving. Entertainers are constantly evolving. And we're kind of really excited to share that for you. Again, watch the Royale. Bitch.
Yes. Episodes come out every Saturday at 7 p.m. Or if you are local to Denver, you can go to the viewing party at Denver Suite Fridays at 6 p.m. So you get early access.
Viewing party.
Oh, the Royale viewing party.
After the viewing parties on Friday, if you want to stay at Denver Suites, there's something very iconic that happens every Friday, and that is the Starlight Variety Hour, hosted by the Star Kirkland.
Yes, bitch. Go support your old, haggardy, tired... no, go watch the show, bitch. Star Kirkland is a fucking legend. We have to support the beyond 20-year-old entertainers, because not only are they like our legacy, but they are like the blueprint for everything we're doing now.
And you're gonna get your life when you see the Kirkland Shuffle.
Oh, the Kirkland Shuffle is everything, bitch. It is everything.
Everything. She is one of my favorite performers out here. FUPA. Sashay. No. For everybody that enjoyed seeing FUPA, where can we find you?
Yes, you can follow me on all social media platforms. I'm on Facebook, but Instagram is like my girl. So go follow me there. It's at FUPA_official. And not to flex on these bitches, but if you go to Instagram and you just type in FUPA, FUPA, I will be the first one to pop up. And honestly, you might not even get to the A. I've seen people from out of town come, type in FUP, and I pop up immediately. So go follow me. I post all sorts of amazing things. I'll be posting professionally shot photos of my looks for almost almost every week from J Cupcake. Also go follow Jay. He is an award-winning photographer.
And of course, you guys already know, you can find me at the Viridian on all social medias. That's the like the stallion, THEE. And for those that can't spell it,
it's VIRIDIAN.
That being said, thank you guys so much again for taking the time to see this video, and we're gonna see y'all later.
Bye!